Hey guys, Craig speaking here, and I want to talk to you today about one of my favourite features of Google Chrome. It's something that you can't really do in other browsers, especially Internet Explorer or Firefox or Safari, and that is create multiple user profiles. And you might be wondering what they are exactly. Why does this benefit me? Let me just quickly set the scene. The simplest one is you're a business user. This is the simplest one. They're probably the people that will benefit the most from it or find it most useful. But everybody will be able to find this useful. So a business user is using a computer to check both their home email accounts and their work email accounts. And we're assuming here that they use the same email service for both home and business, but separate accounts. Traditionally, you can't maintain or use two separate accounts in the same browser at the same time. You have to log out of one and log back in. It's the same goes when there's multiple users, maybe a small family unit, mum, dad and a little boy called Johnny. They all at different times of the day use this computer to check their email, and then we're going to say they're all on Hotmail or Yahoo, but for this example we're going to use Gmail because that's what I'm going to sign into, but it applies to any service, every service. There's no exceptions this does not apply to. So, a small family unit, and a mum comes home from her morning job, coming home ready to get the house ready for when dad comes home. And I'm being quite stereotypical here, but just bear with me. I know I'm being stereotypical. It's just easy that way. Please don't shoot me for saying that either. Anyway, mum comes home from her morning job and she's getting everything ready for work for dad and Johnny to come home, and she's put dinner on. She's going to come and sit down in front of the computer, check her emails and her Facebook account, and that's fine. Thing is, Johnny was the last one to check his Facebook yesterday. She's going to sign into Johnny's Facebook account and sign into her own account, and then little Johnny comes home from school and he logs mum out and he logs himself back in and does his thing, and then dad comes home, he has to log Johnny out and log himself back in, and then before he goes to bed she wants to check her Facebook again and she logs dad out, and it's this circle, this constant logging in, logging out, logging in, logging out. And like I say, business users are probably checking their home email, their work email, their home email, their work email, and this involves logging in, logging out, logging in, logging out. That's what happens in normal web browsers, in Chrome, for those that are not aware of this feature, in any web browser. So user profiles allow you to maintain 2, 3, 4, 5 different accounts for the same services. Basically what you do is create these sandbox, if you like, instances of Google Chrome. Every instance is independent of the other. And to give you an example on me, and this is very quickly, this is what happens. We go to settings first. We're going to enable a few settings here. This is going to be useful for those new to Chrome. We're in our settings, we're going to go and show the home button. Look, it's appeared on both because that's what happens. And we've got a bookmark here now that we've shown the bookmarks bar so we can see our bookmarks, and that's that. Yeah, so here we go. Obviously it's going to take us to the same place, so let's go to our settings again. What we're going to do is we're going to add a new user. Right, so I'm gonna add a new user. I'm gonna call it Jane, because there's a tale behind this I'm not going to go into just now, but it involves Lego men and women, and Steve, Jane's boyfriend, got kidnapped one day. This was something that all started at work. It was a bit of a giggle for a little while, but you know, everybody ended up with their own Facebook accounts. All these Lego people did, and Jane has got a Gmail account and a Facebook account. So here we go. Here's Jane's account. Now here's one of the advantages to Google Chrome as well. One of my other favourite features. This here is asking me to sign into my Google account as a whole, and what happens then if I do that? I will be signing in, and all of my settings imagine you get a new computer, you're using multiple computers, you reset your computer breaks and you reset it. When you sign into your Google Chrome account, all of your settings, your bookmarks and everything are remembered from last time. It doesn't have to be the same computer, it can be any computer. So you've got Chrome extensions and apps, favourites, all your settings. There's a way that we can make each profile look a little bit different, something called themes, which title says it all. You can give your version of Chrome a different look and feel to everybody else's. And all of these things are remembered in your Google account. Your passwords even, your usernames and your passwords are all remembered. So that when you log onto your phone or another computer, everything is there for you. So I'm going to do that now. I'm going to log in with Jane Brick's email address here. Now you haven't got to have a Google account. Let's just get that clear. You haven't got to, but it's just a very useful feature that I also very much like about Google Chrome. So that's gmail.com, and so what you'll notice is my home button, my favourites, and any favourites bar, bookmarks bar, and any favourites I've got will appear. That's because I've done this previously, and it's remembered any bookmarks I had in my previous account. It's got nothing to do with this one. As you can see, I've only got BBC here. This one's Facebook. Completely different. Like I say, it's been pulled from my Google account from a previous attempt at this video. So now we got, and look here, now we got this icon up here. This wasn't here before. We just stopped at a tab which started right here. We've got this, sorry, you can't see what I was just pointing at, little icon up here, top left hand corner here. It wasn't there before, it is now. And basically what it does, you click on that, you can add another user from here, you can edit this account. I'm sure we did it before because it's remembered it from my previous installation, which I didn't name it, so it's called Jane. And that will be remembered now back to Google, that this profile is called Jane. So anytime I want to get to Chris, I can tap that and it'll just take me there. That's dead simple. But if I close all Chris's windows, and now I tap that and I click that, and now I'm Chris. Another way of doing that, I close all of the windows, and I drag in the two Chrome icons that are now on my desktop, and you can see the little icon here is a little bit different on each one. Chris has got a little white one, a white silhouette, and Jane has got a little lady's head. Double click on them and Jane opens up. Double click on that one and Chris opens up, and we're going to keep them separate like that. So here we have Chris and Jane. Here is Jane's email. Little avatar here. We're going to go and sign her into her Facebook account. Now you'll notice then if I do it again, that's because it's remembering because I signed in at my Google account, it's remembering what I've done previously on another computer maybe. So let's go ahead. It's remembering my passwords, like I said. So there, and remember my username, sorry. My password, maybe I didn't tell it to remember. Password for this is there we go. So we're logged in there with Jane's email and Jane's Facebook. Now, in a regular browser, what we'd expect to happen, if I was to go and launch Gmail over here, we'd be in Jane's, but we're not. It's a completely separate sandbox instance. This is Chris's Gmail. If we go to Facebook, this is Mr. C. Davo, Chris Davo's Facebook. If I bookmark Facebook, obviously there's already a Facebook one here, but I bookmark Gmail. In fact, let's just delete that. I'll show you another way of bookmarking. Tap that little star there. Let's make it shorter, Gmail. It hasn't replicated it here because it's a completely separate instance. And that's as simple as it gets. You can now manage two separate accounts. Every user can come in here onto the computer Mum comes home, Jane is her name. She comes here, here you go, here's Jane's Facebook. It's not remembering the password. Keep me logged in. There's Jane's. Jane goes home, closes it down. Dad comes home. Here's his Facebook. Here's his Gmail. And if we want to, we could add one for Johnny. Easy little ninja. Sneaky Johnny. Create. There is no bookmarks. There is no account signed in. We got a Facebook. There's no history, as we saw. There is no Jane Brick, no Mr. C. Davo. Another completely separate profile. If we were in here and Mum wanted to quickly, oh, Steve, Chris, sorry, can I just very quickly check my Gmail? I got something important coming in. She can go in, she can tap on her Gmail, and there she is. She's in an email. But look, Dad's still in his email. That there is one of my favourite features of Google Chrome, along with the backing up. Very quickly, I will show you that Mum could come along. Sorry, I opened that, and then no need to open that. Mum would come along. She could go in here. She could go into, is it under tools maybe? No, go into settings, and she can go to get themes, and she could pick something quite stereotypically, I know, stereotypically pink and feminine, and there you go, completely different from Dad's. And little Johnny could go along. He could go into his settings, he could go to get themes, and he could get himself a nice little gaming Watch Dogs theme. Everybody's got their own look and feel about their account, all completely separate, and like I say, I'm using examples here of different users. You could also apply this to a single user that has different accounts for different purposes and just needs to jump in and out of these different accounts. Like I say, maybe work and personal. Anyways, hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you again soon. Thanks very much.